Good time zone. Let me turn that down. Good time zone. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. So it turns out that, yesterday there's a problem with the bitrate, and I looked and it was like, oh, my bitrate was reset. Well, it turns out all of my settings are reset on OBS. And I don't remember I don't remember what most of them were. So I changed it, I updated it, and hopefully it is acceptable. I don't remember what encoder I'm using, so I'm probably going to jump back and forth. I mean, I can't do it on the stream, but I'll probably test them both later and see which one I prefer, but I honestly don't remember which encoder it was. But everything should be working. I don't know why OBS reset, but I took the time to also update it. And by updating it, I also took the time to update the captions plugin, which I probably haven't updated ever. And honestly, it looks good. Like I feel like it's picking up my words better than it was in the past. So that's cool. But we're back with the day 2 of the masses travels. I spent a lot of time. I spent time yesterday thinking about how I wanted to decorate this other 3 rooms, and then looking through all the themes and realizing, man, I don't have a lot of themes. I don't know why I decided I wasn't just going to buy themes and I have so much furniture parts. So I decided that from now on, I am going to buy all the themes. And then I went to the store and bought all of the themes that were available. And will continue to do so. Most of them. Some of them are cool, some of them look good, but like none are to the taste I want in my base, really. Which is partly why I never buy most of them. But I did just put some okay ones out there to use for the interim. Apparently I completed some of these missions. Ain't that nice? I click on it, please. Oh. Bam! Forgot to switch over. Whoops. Bam. But yeah, I cleared house in the furniture store. No point of order. I didn't... Honestly, I forgot to check if guard chips are up yesterday. They were, but they're also still up today, so that's good. So I wanted to upgrade Federico, I could. I think we're just gonna open all of these first ones and see what I can get done. Large rotary machine gun used by gun knights. The stuff left behind by the old masters can use a lot of improvement. I'll put my back into it. I want to give Patrician the machine gun with the most firepower in all of Laterano when he becomes a gun knight. I'm truly honored to be one of your clients, my friend. Clear M3. Clear M4 with a sniper, clear M2, so get them all done. Client Edidia. Anything's fine. We don't have too many requests for this guardian gun, Signor Pagini. Our little Edidia already has her own guardian toothbrush after all. What should be fine, right? And M4, okay. So what happened last time? What happened last time is that we're not exactly sure what's happening. Laterano is preparing for the next Summit of Nations. And as part of that, they've opened up a new building called the Shrine of Nurtury. I think it's the Shrine. Shrine of Nurtury. Which can hold like thousands of children, and they're up, I don't know, there's something weird going on with that in and of itself. Involving taking the children of other nations or something, I don't know. And it's headed by a matriarch. But then we run into Exia. Or Exusiae, depending on... And she, talking to a confessional robot, implies that, yeah, something's going on in Laterano that, like, seems that everyone is kind of maybe in a dream based on just the level mechanics or dream based. So I'm extrapolating from that. They're like, oh, they're all being like in a dream where things have changed. There's this nursery thing. There's this matriarch. There's new laws where you can't like use explosions anymore. There's Anduin is working in the nursery for some reason. Arturia is working on a farm as part of like a pseudo prison sentence, even though she was pardoned. And Exia apparently is the only one who's noticed that like something's like, this isn't how Laterano is supposed to be. Something's going on there. So it seems that something has altered reality around Laterano in some way. At the same time, we also briefly saw at the beginning all of the Sancta falling at once. Cliff, Woodrow, Enforcer, and some Sancta over in Bolivar as well. all of their halos just shatter. And of course, we saw also with Orin in episode 15, something happened to him, presumably also his halo shattering. And, but the weird part is, like, we started with that, and then we cut to Laterano, and that's not being mentioned at all. There's either a timeline difference that we're not seeing, or what's happening in Laterano is tied to this mass falling. That maybe the people mass fell, and now Laterano is like somehow in this altered state because of that. That's pretty much just what happened. Just a lot of strangeness, a lot of setup. Prayer. A miracle shall or will befall this land when everyone believes that even the most fantastical dream can become a reality. And I guess I should say that part of how Exia is, I guess, going to fix the problem is that she's going to bomb. Just doing a little bit of terrorist action. Just a little bit of terrorism, I guess. She's going to bomb. Was it the shrine? I forget what she was going to do. But she's setting off some bombs. And we used Lemuin's first skill the other day, so let's try number 2. Increase attack speed, increased attack. When on the battlefield, consume the bullet to take aim for up to 3 seconds before firing. During that time, the attack increases until it's higher than the combined stats, and then she fires. Oh, that's only for elite or leader enemies.
No need for introductions. I'm already familiar with everyone here.
I guess it only does the last part if there's wants enemies. Otherwise, it's just an attack buff and attack speed buff. We did not actually use Exia yet, so try and get that done. Firearms Workshop via Borgos Pagus Faber. Hello? Anybody home? Sculptures of saints line the walls of the small workshop, acting as makeshift display shelves, exhibiting guns to would-be customers in impossible arrangements. But Amos does not see a single customer. No one stops at the door to the workshop except for himself. His first feeling is that the whole place seems cold and cheerless. Not even the proprietor is present. Gazing on the dim light cast upon the sculptures, his second feeling is one of eeriness. Senor Pagini, or Paganini? Quite a mouthful. Are you in? Why would a gunsmith have such an absurd name? Amos looks around, then bumps into something. Oh goodness. He looks around and finds himself staring into a pair of massive, luminous eyes that peer straight at him from the shadows. Who are you, barging into my place like this? Let me put my glasses on. Fantastic. A functionary? Sorry, I was taking a nap because there's been no business lately. I wasn't expecting an official visit. Been a while since we've had a full anthropomorphic character. Not counting the beast lords. I assume he's not a beast lord because he's got like full human stature. I am Cardinal Aid Amos. I came to see that the handover of this firearms workshop is in order, and you are... I am Paganini, the guy with the absurd name. Wait, you're a Liberi? Do I look like a Sancta to you? Sorry, what I meant is, I've never seen a Liberi in this line of work. After all, only Sancta use patron firearms. Got a problem with it? Chefs don't necessarily eat their own cooking. I don't use the weapons I make, that's all. Do you need my gunsmith's license? I must have made a close to 1,000 patron firearms for the people of Laterano, if not more. Maybe even yours. Ooh, that is some real premium work. Well, my craftsmen, or well above my craftsmanship rather, that's for sure. I just now noticed he seems to have like some sort of assault rifle, perhaps. Almost, that is. Not that it matters anymore. I am about to close up shop. All recent orders have been cancelled, and the notarial Hull can have this last batch of guns. You've already prepared. I thought I would be in trouble. Thought I would give you a hard time. That's not what I meant. The registrar indicates that this workshop has been around for a century. As a Liberi who has been chosen to make patron firearms for the Sancta, it must hold incredible significance to you. Save it. Anyone could tell that gunsmiths have become a dying breed these last few years. We've all been waiting for this day to come. If you're asking whether I like it or not, oh no, of course I don't like it. Do you want to hear about the insomnia I've had lately? I can arrange a confessional for you if you wish. The 7th Tribunal will cover the cost. If anyone here needs a confession, it's you. This old man's set to retire, but my apprentice, Vanini, she hasn't even had the chance to make her own patron firearm. If all the firearm workshops are gone, you'll be responsible for her future. Of course, the closing of the firearms workshop is part of a process to make the firearms manufacturing more standardized and efficient. Gunsmiths like you and your apprentice remain valuable talent. I'll pass this on to the 6th Tribunal, which is responsible for civil matters. Your apprentice, Vanini, should receive a recommendation to the Shrine of Gunsmithing in Pagus Michaelian. which is almost complete. Shrine of gunsmithing, huh? I hope they're that confident when they actually start smithing guns. So they're also making a shrine. So like all these new like shrines are popping up, I guess. Well, also, like the idea that they're gonna standardize weaponsmithing, but like that doesn't feel right in terms of the idea of a patron firearm. It's like, oh, we just all carried the exact same model of weapon. Like that's not very patron. Like, you know, it doesn't feel like it's connected to like the individual or the family or whatever. I have faith in Laderanos. Yeah, I've heard it too many times. Oops. If you have no objections, I'd like to ask you to sign these papers. Effective immediately, this workshop will cease operation with the notarial hall handling follow-up matters. Pleasant day to you, senor. See yourself out. Agus Fiber via Borges. How familiar. This is the place. Has the connection been established? I think so. We've been waiting for 2 days on the outskirts. I want to go out and get some fresh air. These Lauderans invited us into this mobile alley while we were wandering in the wilderness, then made us wait like this once we got to Lauderano. I apologize for keeping you waiting. 12 other nomadic abbeys have reached Lauderano, in addition to the busy schedule in the Summit of Nations. We beg your understanding. The Notarial Hall has prepared temporary accommodations in August Ambrosius. Once you're settled down, the 6th Tribunal will help you with your registration and social welfare. Sister, do you mean that outsiders like us will get to stay in Lauderano? From the Second Summit of Nations, Lauderano's doors will be open to all races. You shall find a home in the city. Well, at least they're finally doing that, but I feel like something's up about it, you know? Hey, Extra, are you alright? I'll find a doctor. No, you can't let this doctor find out, not yet. Please let me through. Don't worry about it, sister. We can take care of this. You're busy, aren't you? Are you pregnant, Sarkaz? You people didn't stop the sarcasm from entering the abbey. You're gonna make it a problem now? You want me to go? I'll go. I don't need help from the Sancta. You won't lay a hand on me or my baby. You misunderstand. It's just that we have no directive for accommodating pregnant mothers in the Abbey's standard operating procedures, and thus Sister Agni is not sure what to do. Allow me to bring her to the Shrine of Nurtury, Sister Agni. The Shrine of Nurtury is not yet open to the public. This is against regulations. Besides, what are you doing here? Is this the matriarch? Aha, you don't look quite human, matriarch. That our Lord has guided me to where I should be. We must have some flexibility. The Shrine of Nurtury cannot ignore an ailing mother. Yes, matriarch. I am Kef, matriarch of the Shrine of Nurtury. Simply put, I am its caretaker. The woman with golden hair turns slowly towards the Sarkaz. Her voice is soft yet crystal clear, seemingly carefully probing. The Sarkaz sees the two black horns on the woman's head, then turns her gaze to the woman's eyes. She sees an empty void underneath the intricate patterns of the eye patch. What are you? Sarkaz? Sancta? Blind too? Sarkaz, Sancta, we have no need for these words of distinction. You and I, we are alike. Like you, I am nurturing lives that I treasure. My lack of sight does not prevent me from perceiving you, and the new life you carry, the anxiety and joy that it brings you. We Sarkaz don't talk like this. You're a Sancta, a strange Sancta with children. Do you raise your children in that shrine or something? What kind of place is it? The Shrine of Nurtury, where new life is born and nurtured. You and I stand in its shadow. A shrine for giving birth. Birth is sacred. Each new birth is a continuation of the Lateran faith. Only in this way may we shape the future. I don't understand. Long have you wandered the wilderness. You have not enjoyed the care that a mother should. You are weak, and so is your child. Are you sure you want to leave the holy city that is so near and return to the wilderness at a time like this? Your name is Extra, madam. You don't like it? We understand the difficulties facing Sarkaz. Many Sarkaz mothers name the children Extra, seeing them as nothing more than a little extra in their lives. The name's got nothing to do with my mom. I took it myself after I got pregnant. Who's to say who's the extra? Got a problem? You treasure your bonds with your child. You are proud of having this little extra in your life, and you want everyone to know. This is a wonderful, noble sentiment, madam. It should not be tainted by racism or hatred. I know what you fear. All people here in this abbey, Sancta, Feline, Caranta, Lupo, and Vulpo alike bear witness. The Summit of Nations is underway. Countless outlanders from all nations have flocked to Laterano. Laterano would not be foolish enough to harm a pregnant mother with all this attention. Nods. Asks a glance. You have my word. Right. Thank you for your understanding. Let us welcome the birth of a new life together in Laterano. It will bridge a gulf and bring new meaning. This birth will be a great achievement. This is why I have come. Our Lord has guided me to where I should belong. Welcome to Laterano. You are needed here, all of you. Yeah, I don't trust her. I also am worried for that kid. That kid's gonna be born, they're gonna do something to that kid. Where did they come from? Yeah, they do have horns. That's weird. Where did they come from? Whatever it is you're after, I'm sure I can't help you. I haven't said anything yet. Alright, Signora Sancta. What do you want? Do you need your guardian gun fixed? Or you want some custom ammo? Go out the door and turn left. You might just find one of the last firearms workshop in Pagus Macallion that hasn't shut down yet. If you can get there before the functionaries. I signed the handover documents from the 7th Tribunal 10 minutes ago. I'd be violating the law if I did anything with this stuff now. What if I said I wanted to make an explosion that would shake the city? Not interested. Oh, come on. You're Mr. Pog, the king of gunsmiths. If anyone wants to see an explosion, it's you. Oh, don't butter me up with a title you just made up on the spot. I know what you're afraid of, Mr. Pog. All I need is a little help. Lend me some equipment, some of your expert knowledge to help me figure out what's going on in Laterano. I'm really anxious about all of this. My boss always says nothing gets in the way of Penguin Logistics completing our mission, or the after party. You don't need to do anything. That way, you won't be violating the law, right? Get your guardian gun away from my collection, Sancta. Besides, I know this gun. I made the damn thing. Yeah, recognize it, don't you? Then you also know how powerful it is. I got Dr. Paula make a new pair of glasses for you, Magister. She admonished me to no end. She says it's your punishment to keep wearing those antiques of yours. Here, try them on. Oh, that she's got like a double halo. That's cool. And her wings are very strange. It is cool how they incorporated like a unique phenotypage into the idea of the halo and wings for Sancta. It's very cool. Who's this? What's going on, Magister Pagnini? Hey, if it isn't the quiet little girl, look how fluently you can gab now. What was your name again? Bonheim? Vanessa? Oh, I know. Benini. See, we still got our teamwork. I remember now, you're Elle. You came to pick up your first patron firearm. Magister Paganini never lets me bother the customers when they come to the shop, but there was such a ruckus outside that day I couldn't help but peek. Magister Paganini found me out, though. I don't remember much else because I was so scared he was going to yell at me. Sorry. Oh, so that's why you were afraid. Nods. Weird. I thought you looked happy. What brings you here today, Elle? Winks. Vani. The 7th Tribunal came today. My workshop is... I'm not officially a gunsmith yet. I don't actually work for this shop. It's not against the law, strictly speaking. And I help this customer, Magister. Interesting that she calls him Magister. Gotcha, Senor Nurturer. Where did you go? Ramya said you were hiding from us. Is that true? Of course not. Then let's play Halo. Halo's my favorite first-person shooter. Father Anduin is very busy. How about you guys play with me? Your Eminence, I have some private matters to attend to. I'll be back soon. No need to be nervous. I have your leave request on file. What I really should ask is, what are you doing here with the children when you're supposed to be on leave? They changed Veliv's appearance within a level. Single level. I had thought I had enough time for one round of Halo. And then, did you think the children let you go so easily? I'll think of something. I've heard you're completely incapable of saying no to the children. Who could ever imagine the first nurturer the matriarch nurtured, one whose diligence and piety are beyond question, was once a criminal who violated the law? I'm only attending the family gathering of a friend I've not seen in a long time, Your Eminence. I told you, no need to be nervous. I'm not worried about you burning Laterano while blowing a balloon or baking a cake. I'm just curious. Why is there such a stark difference between the matriarch, or between how the matriarch sees you, and your profile in the Curia's records? The matriarch has never overlooked or denied my sins, Your Eminence. She simply placed more importance on my understanding with her. It was before she became matriarch. Our paths crossed by sheer chance when I was taking refuge from a catastrophe in an abandoned nomadic abbey. Matriarch may be blind, but her sense of hearing is impeccable. He caught a faint cry coming from the basement in the midst of a deafening roar of Oranginium dashing against the distant mountains. A mother lying in a pool of blood in the shadows on death's door. She attempted to intimidate the matriarch and protect her own child, but all she managed was an expression of great pain. The mother you and the matriarch first brought to the Holy City, her injuries were such that even the most determined physician would have given up hope. What made you think she would live? I didn't even think she would last the night, but the matriarch had faith in miracle. as though it was an inevitability. Matriarch wanted me to believe too. Believe that the poor mother would find salvation thanks to us. And she did, first. Without medical training, all I could do was empathize and be by her side, caring for her in what ways I could. You lingered in a stranded abbey for 3 months, for the sake of a miracle. Laterano needs a miracle. Then you're much more rational than I thought, both of you. Perhaps I should see you in a different light. Certainly, if it convinces the Curia to offer greater support to the Shrine of Nurtury. So it's rational. So rational it's almost boring. Hurry along now, Nurture Anduin. At the very least, I hope to see the nativity through without a hitch. Yeah, something's still up. He met the matriarch.
Ah, the parade's here.
Before she was the matriarch, and they brought a pregnant woman to Laterano, and then somehow she like has this whole giant shrine built. Becomes in charge of it. Anduin is no longer a criminal. She herself is like, she has horns, so she's fallen at the very least. But somehow it's like that. Something's up.
Okay, this is all. The only one who knows how to handle the chaos I created. Divine Judgment Traditional! Maybe you didn't come straight to me.
So the
But
first
don't
one's
forget
awesome.
to pay my fees straight away.
If manually deactivated, fires all ammo at random enemies. The phone sound effect is an interesting choice for the music.
Divine Judgment Traditional!
Shrine Swordsman expands ammo to permanently increase movement speed and attack. They look totally normal, like a totally normal person. Nothing suspicious with them at all.
This will keep you quiet.
Divine Judgment Traditional! Apple pie with chorizo!
Good to know she can pretty much solo this map. that was like. Can't get these guys though are too
You
tough.
saw nothing. Need speed to succeed.
Rock sky shattering!
I shall ensure the integrity of the law.
Wow. Rude.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. Bad luck. You ran into me.
I guess that attack buff is pretty good. Madam Extra, you must take your nutrition. I said I don't want it. If you have specific dietary requirements, you can make efforts. We can make efforts to accommodate them. Sarcasm expletive, you think I'm a picky eater? But, yes, you have beds and food, and your leader, that matriarch, said you wouldn't do anything to me. But I just don't feel comfortable. In the wilderness, I know what can kill me, and I know what I need to do to give birth to this baby. Where to hunt, how to keep warm, how to block off the entrance to my cave, and with that, I don't have to worry about myself or my baby. But here, get out, take the food with you. I didn't touch it. I'm sure there are people who need it more in this place. Reverend Gun-Knight Patrician.
Yes, the matriarch was looking for me.
She's inside. A minute, please. The matriarch has been tending to the pregnant Sarkaz woman, who arrived in poor shape, but it has been an hour and she hasn't come out yet. I'm not one to speculate, but the prejudices of the past have made it difficult for many Sarkaz to accept our kindness. You don't say. The matriarch has no weapons on her. I worry that...
I'll check on her.
Good time zone, Luigi. The Gun Knight Patrician has served Laterano for many decades. He has forgiven many Sarkaz and slaughtered many more. He has heard the Sarkaz curse in fury, cry out in pain, roar in hatred, and even plead in despair. But he has never heard them pray. And yet the pregnant Sarkaz now kneels before a holy statue, her hands clasped together, stumbling over the unfamiliar words of liturgy. The matriarch stands behind her, her head bowed in prayer as well, the pair bathing in the warm glow. When the Sarkaz trips over her sentence, the matriarch waits for her. All mortals desire peace and happiness, and fear hardship and sorrow. Therefore we stand together in prayer, regardless of race.
Matriarch, the Sarkaz.
She has only just left behind the restless life of a wanderer. Now that she is experiencing idleness for the first time in her life, all the worries she has never had time to ponder have rushed to the surface. She simply needs to learn to comfort herself. You know what just popped in my head? What if this is borderline similar to the story in Furnacide of the Holy Casdal, where like the Sancta Sarkaz like take over the world? I'm kind of getting similar vibes here. I wonder if that is that all related.
You taught her how to pray?
We have only recited a few verses together. Let's go somewhere where we won't disturb her.
Why have you called me here today, Matriarch?
I wanted to talk with you to ease your troubles, but it seems like words may not be so necessary now.
Troubles? I'm not troubled.
Are you not troubled, or do you dare not be troubled? Everyone in Laterano knows that our ancient order was established in response to the prophesied calamity. Then it can't be an ancient order, then. As calamity descends, our order is stretched to its limit, yet no one can predict what will come of Laterano one day.
I can't imagine it, but I have faith it will be beautiful.
You have given too much for it. The granddaughter you never have time to be with, the old friend whose name you've forgotten, and the other old friends you've exiled as guardian of order. To deny Laterano's future is to deny everything that you have given and sacrificed for it. It is to deny yourself. Have no fear, a sliver of that future has already revealed itself to you. If the faith of Laterano can bring comfort even to the faithless, if Sarkaz can pray side by side with Sancta, then our order shall open its arms to all. There will be no barriers, no one left behind, no unwilling partings.
Sounds like you're describing a dream.
Are we not about to lift the veil that separates dream from reality before the eyes of all? A miracle will befall this land when everyone believes that even the most fantastical dream can become reality. The nativity must go off without a hitch for Trizian.
I'll do my best, Matriarch.
Also, I'm worried what they're going to, what exactly is going to be born? That's what nativity is. It's a birth. They also haven't mentioned the Pope at all. You're blocking this screen, holy deck collector. You're the one who decided to sit that far back. Not that you're missing anything. If I block a few scenes, it's just 8-armed chainsaw guy after all. Big fan of 8-armed chainsaw guy. And stop quoting random lines from the movie. You're not on a mission nor in a briefing. You're in my house. I kind of like that name. Maybe you can use it as your codename for your next mission. Not you two, Lemuin. You two sure can work together when it comes to making up bad codenames. Haha. How's life as a cardinal, Lemuin? Keeping busy? Besides, busier than when I was in a wheelchair. When was it that you got out of it for good anyway? I don't remember. You don't really care much for me, do you? I'm so sad. The only thing that can comfort me is if you let me feel your horns. Now that I think that line is really telling. When was it that you got out of it for good anyway? I don't remember. Maybe then whatever is altering Laterano put her out of a wheelchair. But like Masuma can't remember it because it's not actually real, right? Why don't you ask if Holy Debt Collector might let you touch her ear plumage? Go ahead, I don't mind. I never thought it'd be the Summit of Nations that brought us back together after all this time. It's like every Lauteran out there got called back to the city. I can understand Legati like Mastama being recalled, but the old man brought me back when I was in the middle of a high-priority mission in Sargon. Say, where is your grandpa anyway? He's the one throwing the party, right? Should be back soon. Who knows what he's up to? All he said was that since he was retiring, he wanted to make an important announcement while everyone's still there. It's nice to see the kid. Is Pagini her grandfather? Is that what's about to happen? It's nice to see the kids are having fun when I come back from work. Makes me feel 10 years younger. That still makes you really old, Patrician. No, that's Patrician, okay. Is Patrician her grandfather? Hold on a second. No, wait. But he's a Sancta. He's the welfare. Yeah, I know that. Oh, I'm excited. I know that they, I can't tell them apart. So I don't know. I don't know if it's always been the same gun knight. I'm gonna look it up. The wiki says that he has only appeared in Masses Travelers, whatever this event's called. The Masses Travels. So it's not the same one in the past, which is why I was like, she was talking to some gun knight and like guide ahead, but I was like, I don't think her being related to one was ever mentioned. Doesn't seem like it. I thought it was Paganini because he is a Liberi, but I guess it's the gun knight instead. Who also is retiring. They're both retiring. Confusingly, everyone's retiring. Reverend Gun Knight.
Now, are you angry at me for being late, Fia? I had to turn the office upside down trying to find this thing.
What's in the package, Reverend?
Open it and find out yourself.
Oh, wow, a Guardian gun. Looks like it's been around for a while. Patrician, unless my eyes deceive me.
The first patron firearm I ever had. I picked it up when I was 12. It stayed with me for over a decade until I became a gun knight. Soon it will become a true relic when firearm workshops fade into the history of Laterano. Take it, Fia.
What?
A little token. I think of it as fulfilling an old man's wishes. As your mentor, your guardian, some of what I did was, how should I put it, regrettable. You know, you weren't the only student I cared for, but I was never licensed teacher. The other one should have walked a better path.
Aurelia, the gun knight who killed her Korhor? That's a whole different thing. If I never walk that better path, it's not because I have anything so drastic.
It's because you don't have the little, what's I have over my head. I know. But I took you in precisely because you were a Liberi.
You never told me that. What regret are you trying to make up for this time?
Oh, I don't want to tell you. The loss of a friendship made me realize that I never truly knew Ella Berry. I thought I was too clumsy. I thought I could learn to get along with Ella Berry, but I was never very good at it. I worried about your nerves that were constantly on edge, about your obsession over the accident, the anger that burned within you, and how you struggled to fit in. But I never knew how to guide you. For the Sancta, empathy is a window that helps us understand each other. For you, it became a wall that kept you out.
Hold it right there. You old people always get so sentimental.
You don't get it. What I'm trying to tell you is that everything is going to change after the Summit of Nations. The prohibition on patron firearms for non-Sancta will be lifted, along with other rules like it. The law's acceptance of the Berry will extend far beyond just allowing you to live in the Holy City. We will truly become one people, Fia.
You think it's enough just to issue a few edicts, close a few workshops, build a shrine, and take in some wanderers?
See, that's your first reaction. It means that deep down you want to share true understanding with Lemuin, with Mostama, with us. You will understand, Fia. Then, if you're willing, you can take my place and become a true gun knight, or go and do whatever else you want. Things that were once open only to the Sancta. When that day comes, your friendships will be there to bear witness, as they do now. Now, take your guardian gun for a spin.
Fiametta does not fully understand what the old man said, and her two friends say nothing, but everyone present smiles at her. Oh, I thought it would be bigger. Fiametta raises the old patron firearm. She has held many grenade launchers in her time, but it feels a strange sensation come over her as she touches the gun's barrel like a terrestrial creature touching the sea for the first time. She cannot tell if the indescribable connection among Sancta has opened itself to her or if it is simply a reaction to Patrician's words.
We're born different, Fia. But our paths must eventually converge. Nothing makes an old man happier than recognition from his child.
Fiametta holds the gun tightly and lines up the sights with the door. Fiametta, it's been a while. Did you invite him, Lemuin? I knew he was coming, after all.
It was I who invited him. Letting go of hatred is also part of achieving true understanding.
Is there anything I can help with, Ella, to make up for me not recognizing you? Not so fast. There's a few things about Laterano that I'm really interested in. It's been a long time since I've been here. Oh, when did the courier decide to shut down every firearms workshop in the city? It was recent. The edict was sent out to all workshops in the city on the same day. It wasn't that much of a surprise. Arms control has been around for as long as I could remember, and it was about time they turned their attention to reforming gun control after all these years. Don't you find it strange? Should I? Magister Paganini said that there was nothing unusual about shops shutting down and opening up. He'd been talking about closing up for years. But this is a firearms workshop. Does that make a difference? This is where all Sancta meet their guardian guns. Have all of you forgotten the meaning of a Sancta's patron firearm carries? Well, what are you doing? Exia takes out a patron firearm and puts it on the workbench. I wonder where she got this. She smoothly disassembles it from the magazine to the barrel to the action to the case injector. I'm not a terrorist or some kind of super mercenary. I just know my guns like I know my own joints. I remember how I came into possession of each and every gun. Yes, all of them. But the one that was left the deepest impression on me was the first one when I stepped into this little shop along with my parents and my sister. Exia's hands do not slow down even as she continues talking. My sister told me that every Sancta has their very own patron firearm, or guardian gun, the same as we were born with our unique halos. So picking a guardian gun is like making a friend. We place our trust and empathy, open our hearts to one another, and learn to get along. You were what, 4 or 5 years old at the time? You were tiny, didn't have a halo, and couldn't even talk. You didn't even notice. Interesting. Okay. Children Sancta don't have halos? They aren't born with a halo? I guess that helps with the logistics of being born. They don't get it until past 5 years old? Maybe puberty? By the time we knew you were there, you had your hands on the scope I had picked, feeling it with a face full of curiosity. Well, Magister Paganini said he found me in the gardens of Ecclesia Requitum and brought me back to his workshop. I seemed to have problems with speech, and he thought I was mute at first. It took a few years for me to be able to put a few syllables together. I caused him so many headaches. I was never the kind of kid he could be proud of. I sneaked out that day without even knowing why, and I was so anxious I almost cried. Put your hands on it, Vanini, just like old times. Huh? Hesitantly, tentatively, Vanini puts her hand on it. Magister Pog put my hand-picked parts together, my mind filled with thoughts when I held it in my hand. Protect my parents and sister, make new friends, have the coolest graduation ceremony in Laterano. It told me I could do all of that. You felt it, didn't you? The stuff you just said wasn't what I remembered at all, Vanini. I remember that I picked my guardian gun with a little girl I didn't know. We watched the foul beast across the street, used the barrel to talk as a talk tube. She didn't talk, but I could tell what was in her heart when we played together with the parts. That's why I knew she was happy when I saw her reddened eyes at the end. This is our secret. That's why I didn't say anything to my sis when she asked if I was bullying you. For me, it wasn't the day I made one friend. It was the day I made two. Exia brandishes her gun, which she has already reassembled, and smiles at the young apprentice gunsmith. Vanini has her eyes fixed on Exia, that sense of confidence and pride that was on her face throughout the process. Vanini cannot tell where that confidence and pride came from. It was almost like Exia saying, I'm a Sancta, and this is a Sancta thing. What is it, Vinin? Or Vani? Well, I basically recreated what happened, so you still don't remember anything? Jake said. I believe you, El. Uh-huh. I was really sad when Magister Paganini told me the workshop would have to close. I thought it was because I lived here for so long with him that I didn't want to leave. I believe you about this link that you and the Patron Firearms bring us, El. Even though it means that something has happened to the Holy City that I can't comprehend. Yeah. How can I help? You've been here in the firearms workshop for so long. Surely you've got a way to help me make an explosion that'll shake the city.
Is Via alright?
Mastima's with her. You know what she's like. It's not so easy for her to forgive.
What about Anduin?
He left.
If there's anyone who has a right to be angry, it would be you, Lemuel, and you were the one who suffered the most.
I can't argue with that, Reverend. But all emotions change with time. In the 5 years that I spent in that coma, Anduin served his sentence in a nomadic abbey, traveling across Terra, offering assistance to our scattered kin as a way of atoning. Finally, he decided to come back to Laterano, reintegrating with as an ordinary nurturer. Laterano needs him, and he deserves a second chance. Yeah, I don't think that's what happened at all, actually.
I'm glad you think that way. What was it you wanted to talk to me about?
Still, Fiametta. You know, she insisted on taking firearms courses when she was in school. She was always the first to show up for class and the last to leave the firing range. She loved guns in a way nobody ever could. Nobody could ever doubt, even though she never learned to use one. But when you gave her your gun in that speech, that look in her eyes, I couldn't tell if it was doubt or disappointment. The one thing I know is that it wasn't pure joy.
Is that right? I thought she'd be happy, at least before Anduin showed up. I just don't understand how she feels after all these years.
Your announcement took me by surprise, let alone Fiametta. The prohibition on patron firearms for non-sancta will be lifted along with other rules like it. That part. Yet the arms control that we've been pushing for so long has only now come to its most important stage.
You mean the two policies conflict?
What I want to ask is, have you received any further revelations? Have greater goals been bestowed upon our arms control work?
The goal has never changed. All forms of control exist so that everyone will be able to use guns more efficiently, more widely. The firearms workshop have a long history, but also plenty of flaws. The gunsmiths and customers both put way too much energy into them, trying to make each and every gun unique. Once the Shrine of Gunsmithing in Pagus Macallion starts operating for real, Lateran will be able to provide armed support to all nations and all races when we have to.
If the goal has never changed, why do the changes of the present seem so sudden, so out of place?
Maybe because we're not so great at imagining the future. You're right that the matriarch has bestowed a great revelation upon me. All will partake of the same revelation at the nativity. Nativity, I don't know, I can never say that word correctly. When the time comes, it won't just be you and Fia. Millions of people will gain insight into the future, both inside and outside Laterano. You're sharp, Lemuin, and I'm sure you understand that our first priority is to make sure that the nativity goes off without a hitch.
I'll continue to hunt the criminal trying to blow things up at this important time. Leave now. I don't want to see your face. In the end, the gathering parted on less than pleasant terms. He had spent much time mulling over Patrician's invitation before accepting it. He was not unprepared for what might happen, but with a new dawn about to break in Laterano, he had decided to come and visit old friends for reasons that he could not or would not put into clear words. What will become of the past once the new Laterano comes? He wanted a confirmation, nothing more. The wind blows a cloud that casts a tiny shadow in a corner of the street. Anduin frowns. He takes a few steps, then stops and waves over a confessional. Automated confessional, Confessor 47, at your service. Please insert your Signa Creditorum or Assistant credit card before beginning your confession. Sorry, I just remembered I have something else I need to do. Alright, that one's even less human looking. It's you. Is something the matter? Were you being followed? Well, was that why you waved over her confessional? To check your surroundings? Do we need to call the guards? No, I guess I was just imagining things. Were you looking for me? The matriarch has returned to the Shrine of Nurtury. We came to take you back. Oh snap. It's I don't remember her name, but it's the girl who is working with him. Welcome back, Cardinal Lemuin. Here are the handover documents for 5 firearm workshops in Pagus Faber. This one's owner, Paganini, has signed the papers. Good work. The notarial hall can take care of the rest. Speaking of which, there are some exceptional circumstances at the workshop on Via Borgos. The owner, Paganini, has an apprentice who's going to take her qualification exam. The courier will have to provide some form of compensation now that the shop has been shut down. Her name is Vanini, I think. I happened to pass by her when I left. She had fiery red hair and a bright smile on her face. A real sunny disposition. Via Borgos. Sounds familiar. Look at the files in your terminal, Amos. That description does not fit Vanini. No, it's alright, maybe just a passerby. You said she was a Sancta with fiery red hair? She had her hood up, but we were walking towards each other, so I got a good look. Hell, why? Did she forget about
moment.
her sister?
I need to collect tissue samples.
That would explain why maybe Exia can remember everything, is because she's not part of this reality. Did that thing work? Yes. In the evening, you feel a bottle of firearm cleaning solvent under the table. The liquid inside has long since dried up, but there is still the faint sweet scent of vanilla. You think back. Vanini is still a child at the time, and she hasn't been at the workshop for very long. The notarial hall sent over her mother's patron firearm. She held onto that filthy gun, still covered in bloodstains. You didn't want to think too hard about where they came from, so you brought her to the workroom, explaining to her how to clean a gun. You asked her if she needed help, but she said nothing. You wanted to stay and keep her company. When you saw her lower her head, you were at a loss, thinking she wanted to be by herself. With a sigh, you turned and headed back upstairs. The moment you heard glass shattering, you hurried back downstairs. The workshop was completely covered in solvent, and all Vanini did was tremble as she stood in shock at the scene of the accident. You wanted to say something to console her, but it was clear that no matter what you said, she'd only reply with silence. She had lost her family and was suffering. You knew this much and tried many times to find an inroad to her heart, but you never found the right place to start. You relived the fatigue. You relived the fatigue you felt at the time, ignoring the fact that the bottle had shattered long ago. Background's very interesting. Not sure what like the squares and numbers exactly mean. Worship. The dream has transformed our lives, and there are clues hidden within that allow us to recognize it. Well, Fiametta's here. We could. I forgot about Fiametta. Get at her. Also, Arquetto is technically here. There's too many characters.
Less dawdling. Come on.
Also Mastema, but I don't have her leveled up. Too many characters. Inns of the Earth Lounge, Lungman. Oh my gosh, Yith is finally making an appearance again. It's been 5 years. Pretty sure he only ever showed up in Code of Brawl. One of the first events ever. Still don't know what the heck he is. A member of Penguin Logistics who just never showed up ever again. No one ever mentioned ever again. What are you doing here, Exia? What are you doing here? The lounge is closed. I just ended up here. Not sure how. An indentured employee's instincts, I suppose. Thought I might as well clean up. Oops. As long as I'm here. Oh, I'll clean that up. I saw that they were gifts for me, so I opened them. A crystal ball. This must be Bison. Wait, Mountain Dash Logistics has already expanded into Scarficat? Yep, whatever that is. What is this whole stack of coupon vouchers? The more you buy, the more you save, the more you save, the more you buy. Does Croissant want me to clean up, clean out the mall? So where is Syracusan Tour live album? A chance encounter. Did she forget to send a couple of tickets? Carnivale mask. This one's gotta be from Texas. It's a little tight. Not great. This brush is a gift from the boss, or does he want me to use it to clean his vinyls for him? Hey, Yith. What kind of hair do you think the brush is made from? Looks Lupo to me. Hey, why are the boss in Texas still in Nuovo Volsini when the Carnivale is already over? I just got back from Sargon only to find the shop totally empty. Not a soul in sight. Texas said she was setting up a penguin logistics operation over there. As for Emperor, he and his friends have some other matters to attend to. Matters besides recording sessions, parties, and employee training. Gotcha. Well, I guess it's all the same if I report to you. Oh. Give me a minute. I'm almost done filling it out. Filling what out? My leave request. I want to take a really long break, so I figured I should go through the formal procedures. Exia. You know why I took that Sargon job, right? Sargon. Massimo was assigned to the area as legatus, wasn't she? Bingo. Massimo told me that the one who did those things to Sis and her is back in Laterano. The one Sis hoped would never show his face again. She hasn't fully recovered, But she's joined the Curia. Truth or secret, the events of the past have once again brought them together. Things I came to Lungmen to find out. You're going back to Laterano. Of course. Can't very well wait for my sis to come and see me. Texas, Sora, Bison, Croissant. Even the boss, of all people, are busy right now. All good things must come to an end, as they say. Never forget your roots. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture, isn't it? On display every day, but correct in principle. Keep those gifts safe for me. Tell my friends I'll be back once everything is taken care of. Is that your ride? What? No way. I only just decided.
Axia.
Hi guys, what's up?
This just arrived at the office.
Classified files from the land ship. I'm exhausted. I came all this way only to get caught up in one strange thing after another. My head's spinning. Good work, but we need to move quicker. Without a second thought, the Curia is treating the explosion as a terror attack, targeting the Summit of Nations. Who would have thought a harmless confessional would be a top-notch spy? Good work. I'll give you a pat on your speakers. Which is to say, you are a wanted fugitive now. I know. With Vani's help, though, our bombs can now snap 3 pillars in one blast. There's a long way to go, but pick the right pillar, and the bomb like this can topple an entire building. The shrine is bigger than any building that exists on Terra. You must familiarize yourself with its layout. I don't suppose they'll let me in if I say I'm a fervent believer who wants to pay daily respects to it. The shrine is heavily guarded. Even confessionals cannot easily enter. No big deal. If there's a problem, find a solution. If there's no problem, make a problem. Never take a boring order. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture. Your passion and perseverance are extraordinary, but you have a hard time hiding your thoughts. You should not disturb those you know before it is time, even if... Even if it's my sister, right? That one motivates me more. I'll solve this problem, if for no other reason than to see my sis sooner. It's time to go, Elle. I know, Vani. Wasn't expecting Vani to be there. That apprentice. I've only met her a couple of times, but when it comes to this, I know I can trust her. I can already guess that you're worried about, but, well, I mean, it's hard to explain the connection between Sanctas. Anyway, no need to worry. In that case, this confession has come to a close. Have a nice day. Why do comfort bells keep ringing? It's the 2 nurseries up ahead. Strange, there should be other nurturers in charge of them. Ugh. The giant milk bottles on each side of the corridor suddenly fall, knocking Anduin out cold. I thought he got, well, I guess he did actually. I thought he got sucker punched, but I guess in a way he did. Situation? He's unconscious but alive. What kind of baby would need a milk bottle this big? Heavy enough to give a full-grown burden piece a concussion. Anyway, it's for the best. Less commotion this way. What do we do next? Do we peek inside or... This is strange. You carry him, the rest of you stay on your guard. We're getting out of this bloody place the way we came in. Leader is waiting outside. We'll get this guy to answer our questions once he wakes up. Gotcha. Like a wind from nowhere, the comfort bells that hang quietly in the corridor and nursery suddenly begin ringing. It is not a sound to put babies to sleep. It is a cacophonous, unceasing, a loud alarm. Damn. Now they're even less. They're getting less human every day. Are they just robots now? Is that what's going on? Alert cancelled. Clean up the scene. Don't let the children see it. Take Nurturer Anduin to his room. So that's cool to see that group. Also avoided being affected somehow. I forget what they call themselves. Anduin, you're awake. What happened? Intruders, but the guards caught them. Looks like your hunch was right. You were being followed. They were after me? You're the chosen nurturer. They must have the nativity in their sights. Who are the intruders? Just some wayward souls. Wayward souls? What I mean is, I don't know who they are. Our siblings will pick up the investigation. You know better than anyone how important the nativity is. Stay safe and enjoy some rest. Were you frightened? Ant anxiously. Lean against my arm. No need to fear. It's the comfort bells. You will not hear those terrible sounds here. No hunter's whistles, no roaring of tusk beasts, no rumbling of oranginium tides. Moans weakly. I'm here. I'm always here. I can feel how much you want to keep living with this life within you. As do I. Soon everyone will hope for the same. There will no longer be fighting, no more conflict. Everyone will join together in paradise. Everyone will walk together with you. What do you mean she just vanished without a trace? We had just cut the wheat. I had everyone take a little bit after lunch, or a little break. She said she wanted to play her cello, and I let her. She came to this leeward ridge not too far away. We could hear her music all this time, so I didn't think too much of it. Then, when you came to find her, she was nowhere to be seen. What is this? Some kind of paranormal activity? Paranormal activity right at the door of a monastery. It would make a nice movie. What I mean is, no need to panic. We can still hear the music, can't you? Perhaps Arteria just went deeper into the wheat fields. Musicians can be an unpredictable lot. Take some time and go up front. I'll handle things here.
Examine the other scarecrows, sister. You should find a device like this on their necks.
Who are you?
Oh. Executor Federico of the Notorial Hall. I came for my regular visit of the prisoner Arturia. The young executor opens his palm. There is a paper dragonfly sitting on it, flapping its wings at a regular frequency to create pleasant music.
Paper dragonfly?
A form of musical arts. The prisoner must have learned it in Litania.
She used a page from the Saint's Travels.
This detail is not important. What is important is I am now certain that Arturia is no longer under observation. She has escaped.
I surmised as much. Arturia is an important individual, is she not?
Based on the amount of resources that the Notorial Hall has committed. From issuing a warrant to achieving her apprehension, yes.
London Monastery has only recently regained its standing with the Curia and gotten out of the red. And this executor caught us on the spot. There's no way we can quietly bring Arturia back now.
I can hear you, sister.
Anyway, I must report this to the Curia immediately.
There will be no need for that, sister. The Notorial Hall will take over from here. I was the one who apprehended Arturia. I will catch her before she can do any true harm. There will be no need for London Monastery to file a report.
That's not what the procedures say, is it? I see, you never intended to report this, did you? This is an awfully convenient coincidence. You came for this, you knew Arturia would escape.
No comment.
Arturia is just like you. It is like she had realized something and spoke in cryptic terms. If you won't let me report this, Signor, then I must join you in your pursuit of Arturia. London Monastery is very important to me. I won't let it come to harm.
The executor flicks deftly with his fingers, and the paper dragonfly flies back into a creased page, or turns back into a creased page. The music disappears, and the fields are once again quiet.
What are you doing?
Retaining evidence. The sound it was making would have obstructed our investigation. Your request complies with the regulations of the Executor's Handbook. I hereby approve the request to join the hunt for the fugitive. Come.
We're just as strange as Arturia, only in a much different way.
So does Federico know something's up? Seems like Arturia might know something's up. Which I wouldn't be surprised Arturia does. Her arts is kind of similar, actually.
I've been standing here like that every day, but when you get up close... How is it so crazy tall? What are these gill-like scales? Where do these bone-like passages lead? And what's with this flowing color on the wall? It's like what you throw up after eating blueberry pudding made with soup water. I'm getting sick just looking at it. How do you know what you throw up after eating blueberry pudding made of soup water? Just a little practical joke that didn't go the way I intended. But the most pleasant of memories... Not the most pleasant of memories, but almost brings a smile, thinking back on it now. Back then, we could tell the difference between a practical joke and a serious stuff, and we didn't build strange structures like this with true blue religious fervor. What even is it anyway? Some kind of Massive biological organ? Apparently. Gill-like scales, bone-like passages? Interesting. I really don't know what this could be besides just something new entirely. I'm just gonna say it must be something new.
This place feels familiar. I must have been here before. I can't tell whether it used to be a bakery or chapel or munitions market. It's like this huge shrine has always been here. It feels weird.
Does your head hurt? Yeah, it's not that hard to understand. Imagine your favorite pastry or patisserie, which you visit once every few days, whether it's for a party or just because your sweet tooth is aching. When you happen to pass by today, you can't resist. But when you bite into the muyafuya you just bought, everything feels different. You wonder if they got a new patisserie, or then you look up and find the whole storefront is different. It's pretty much like that, right? And then you slice them up like a miyafuya.
Yeah, wow, now, I couldn't have put my feelings into words like that at all. But when did the miyafuya become different?
No idea. It seems to have changed when I got back from Lungmen. I saw the shrine standing there as soon as I came out of the port. Say, how did I miss something this big from outside the city?
Shh, Elle. Over there.
So you can't see it outside the city. All patrols form up, guard these halls in 3 team squads. Shift change every 3 hours. We must not allow any further intrusions into the shrine. No attacks on the nurturers. Understood. Since when did the Pontifica Cohort Lateran wear such distinctive uniforms? Wait, this scaly cape, are these guards just for the Shrine of Nurtury? There are too many of them. Not sure how to get past. They've blocked off all the paths.
What do we do?
We're here. Oh, is this the place where extras resting? Yes, we can arrange for visits if you so desire. Dedicated nurturers have been assigned to her. She will receive the best possible care until she gives birth. What about us? 13 nomadic abbeys with patients in the 4 figures. The Pagus Ambrosius used medicine doesn't have that many hospitals or sanatoriums. The Summit of Nations, with all its attendees, has stretched Laterano's medical resources to its limit. Oh, taking in a pregnant woman already represents exceptional circumstances. However, you have come here out of trust in Laterano, and Laterano must repay that trust. The Shrine of Nurtury is not scheduled to open to the public until after the Nativity. Most of the rooms are unoccupied at this time, and our nurturers have received basic medical training. The matriarch has already discussed this with the Curia. The Shrine of Nurtury will take in our friends from outside on a temporary basis until more permanent arrangements can be made. The guards will escort you to your rooms. I must remain here, as more patients are expected to arrive. The Lord's blessing be upon Laterano and upon all.
See? There's a way. Don't tell me.
No need to make a scene.
Che posto stupendo. So much negotiation. At least make me lose the coat.
Okay, this is awkward, but I'm the only one who knows apple pie with yourself! Whoever said a wheelchair couldn't get up onto a steel beam?
I shall ensure the integrity of the law.
Monster!
Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
Rock sky shattering!
Shrine Marksman performs extremely long-range attacks while holding ammo.
Go ahead. Who would bear the news of your death? Ever crossed your mind?
Soon to tell. Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Actually, as long as she's not fighting elite enemies, this skill is technically infinite. Because I don't think she'll use ammo unless it's a wanted character, right?
I'm in
It's
position.
not like the greatest at
No need to guess
attack
which
buff, but the
position.
attack speed's nice. Not terrible.
Rock sky shattering!
Ow.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Apple pie with yourself!
Mission accomplished.
Salve, Cardinal Velive. It's been a while. Not Cardinal anymore. I'm just an ordinary clerk in the Shrine of Nurturing now. Just Velive then. Anyway, it seems like your fingerprints are all over it. What do you mean? The security measures I saw on the way in from the streets, they could go toe-to-toe with the Pontifica cohort. I have to earn my keep after all. Anyway, it looks like I guessed right. What? It was indeed you who came to review our security, even though this is a job usually reserved for Notarial Hall executors, or the Gun Knights and Pontifica Corhor. I'm still investigating the bombing that happened a couple of days ago. I'm not exactly an outsider. I wasn't instructed to take the bomb investigation into account when planning security. Besides, your investigation hasn't exactly turned up anything concrete, has it? Unless you mean to tell me you came back because it was Anduin who was attacked. Are you going to chide me that I should be thinking of the whole Holy City as a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal, and not about my personal relationships? We know just what kind of person you are. Sharp, astute, decisive, all traits that served you well at the consistory. But we also know when these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. I remember the reasons why you joined the Pontifica Cohor Commandos, Cardinal Lumen. I read the report. Do you really? I've forgotten. You didn't really have any interest in the Commandos, you just wanted to see Fiametta, didn't you? And Anduin. Really? I didn't know. I thought you'd met after you joined the Commandos. We met before that. It seemed like he had come from a faraway place, walking on foot. His clothes were tattered, and he himself was just as ragged. He sat on a bench in front of the chapel, still and unmoving, looking more like a statue than the actual statues of the saints on the roadside. That was the first time Masuma and I saw him. We met Fiametta at the midnight movies. We hit it off quickly. Anduin had trouble fitting in, having grown up outside the Holy City. Fiametta, stubborn girl that she is, was in another one of those fights with her grandpa. Masuma and I wanted to see them. They didn't know each other beforehand, and the other Sanctas probably didn't intend to isolate them, but either way, the end result was the two of them were the only ones left behind in the rubber bullet roulette that was the Commandos' initiation. And so you beat up everyone else on the scene. You and Masuma filled out your applications right away, becoming the last 4-man squad at the initiation. You ended up being the most active and most coordinated squad on the force until the incident. There's a lot I admire about you, Lemuin, but I must remind you, as a cardinal, the Holy City must be your first, foremost, and only concern. To me, the Holy City begins with a long list of familiar names. So much for reminiscing. 7th Tribunal knows our duty, and if you really think of yourself as an ordinary clerk, then maybe I should pay a visit to the matriarch personally. She's right up ahead, isn't she?
Lemuin spots the one she came to see. The golden-haired Sancta stands under a porch. She is praying, anxious. Her breathing is rapid, and she trembles visibly. Lemuin can feel herself overwhelmed by her counterpart's raging emotions.
Matriarch.
I overheard your conversation with Velive, Cardinal Lemuin. Pardon my inability to converse calmly at this time.
What's in there?
Asarka's mother. She spent much time in the wilderness and declined food for 2 days after she arrived. She is not in good shape. Our nurturers are doing their best. She suffers from fear and anxiety. She does not want to give in to the pain and continues her struggle to stay awake. She is praying that her child will be born safely. All I can do is empathize and pray with her.
You can empathize with Asarkaz.
Yes, Cardinal. As you worry for my outpouring of emotions, it is as clear as the innate empathy between you and I.
Empathy.
A blessing that the Lord has bestowed upon me, perhaps in place of my sight, or perhaps simply because this place was built by Laterano to welcome new life. Here, our faith is strengthened and expanded. Here, there are no barriers, no limits. Putting it in that light, it is our own people who need this place the most.
Sunlight shines through the stained glass, illuminating the empty and solemn hall. The massive statue stands with its palms together, looking down on the two tiny sanctas beneath it. It's certainly a special place. I've seen plenty of statues in all sorts of poses, holding a gun and ready to shoot. This is the first time I've seen one like this. It takes some getting used to.
Compared to the so-called Lateran statues that line the hills of Bolivar or the shores of Iberia, the statues seen in Laterano are more incomprehensible, Cardinal.
Paradise has shaped our faith, so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted.
Or that was still the matriarch, actually. The souls of the living pray for survival as they traverse catastrophe and suffering. Such is the most basic farce of faith, or face of faith, not farce.
Matriarch bless you. The mother's condition has stabilized. We have given her medicine and nutrition. She is sleeping now.
That is comforting to hear. She is expecting soon. Please keep a close eye on her and do not let yourselves grow complacent.
Yes, Matriarch.
Praise be to the Lord.
I can feel the relief and joy coming from the bottom of your heart.
Thank you for your companionship, Cardinal. I hope empathy did not cause my anxiety to affect you.
I'm not so weak. Besides, your words were inspiring to an extent. You mentioned that you only came here later.
Yes. Long had I wandered the wilderness, my companions withered in the mud.
In order to find Laterano.
No, at the time I never imagined that there would be such a city upon this land. But our shared vision finally helped me locate it. Our encounter here and now was written in fate. It is a blessing to be able to serve Laterano and my kindred after all this time, frail as I may be.
have a friend who works here. He also came from afar. In Laterano today, and Laterano tomorrow, everyone must and will find their own place and play their own roles. Only then can we hope to fend off calamity. It seems we've gotten sidetracked. There has been an attack on the Nurturers. The 7th Tribunal is happy to work with the Shrine of Nurtury in implementing security measures to ensure that the nativity goes off without a hitch.
I understand your worry for your friend, and your curiosity about this shrine. As I said though, we must all find our own place and play our own roles.
And there I was, thinking our chat was going nicely. Looks like I've been summarily rejected, haven't I? I'm sorry for your loss. I should have brought a few wheat stalks. If only I knew this had happened.
Wheat stalks?
For funerals at the London monastery, we leave a laurel out of wheat stalks and place it upon the departed's coffin. That way, the soul of the departed will be comforted by the scent of bread and beer on the other side.
Thank you, kind sister. My brother and I were exiled by the General Chamber of Commerce because we were afflicted with orpathy and did not have the skill to participate in night sports. We came all this way to Laterano only for his condition to worsen and take his life. But the Curia helped bury him, allowing him to die with dignity. There was even a passing Sancta who played a requiem for him.
I see.
Was that Sancta a female with long, straight black hair playing a cello with an unusual shape? Yeah. She played for you. Were you subjected to any hallucinations or any psychological discomfort? What do you mean by discomfort? I know it made me cry. It was my brother, after all.
Senor Executor, I thought we agreed that I would do the questioning.
Other executors from the Notarial Hall will soon be here to take these refugees to Pagus Ambrosius. We do not have much time. They are not suspected of any crime. I did not find complex interrogation techniques to be necessary.
I visited Lungmen and Victoria when I was promoting Landon Monastery, and I saw many people like them. They were forced to leave home due to unfortunate circumstances. Their previous dealings with the police had made them... Executors are more or less police, right?
There's no need. You guys just took in outsiders with orpathy like us, even though I heard you used to kick out your own infected. So right now, I don't have anything against the Lateran government. Besides, this gentleman here looks like a decent fellow. Is there something wrong with the black-haired Sancta you were asking about? Without permission, she left the monastery where she was under observation. We have tracked her here. She's a prisoner? I thought she was just an official from your, what was that, 6th Tribunal? Why did you think that? She asked us about the Abbey after the funeral, whether there was any equipment in disrepair, any safety hazards, any supplies we were short on. She made it a point to ask if anyone who recently entered Laterano had disappeared, especially any pregnant women. Interesting.
Doesn't sound like Arteria just happened to pass by.
Finger gun.
How did it go? You know the answer. The matriarch's response was just like yours. Don't poke your head into other people's business. I know you have good intentions, Lemuin, but you're also showing that you don't trust me. I beg your understanding. The Shrine of Nurtury, this great structure that casts a shadow over Laterano, which no one's quite sure when it came to be, you, Reverend Patrician, and the matriarch promise that this will be the birthplace of the future. Even the suspect behind the bombing seem interested in it. How can the 7th Tribunal, responsible for intelligence and national security, ignore something so prominent? Of course, I understand. Excuse me. The Nurturer leads a group past. Their footsteps echo through the empty hall. The people in the procession come from many different places. None of them speak, but all glance up and down at this unfamiliar space. Lemuin steps aside to let them pass. What is it, Cardinal Lemuin? Nothing. What I mean is, curiosity killed the feline. I guess I should expect a complaint from my predecessor if I continue to insist.
Wait a moment. I need to collect tissue samples.
I was wondering what the 7th Tribunal, like what the different tribunals do. So 7th Tribunal is intelligence. 6th Tribunal is infrastructure, maybe? Maintenance? Something like that. In the evening, you receive a greeting from an old friend. As you think back to the little moments when you were friends, your mind is left in disarray. The silver papal gun knight medal, established by Pope Ludovico IV, great name, on February the 14th of 1029, was made to honor training knights who displayed especially outstanding skill, allowing them to skip the final examinations and formally join the gun knights early. The youngest of these recipients, Patrician, was only 26 years of age. At the award ceremony, you were part of the crowd. You saw the Pope himself pin the medal onto Patrician. Your younger cousin, Gia, was holding your hand tightly, transmitting both her excitement and nervousness to you. After paying his respects to the Pope, he scanned the crowd anxiously. You and Gia held your arms up high, shouting as much as you could. The moment he saw the two of you, he broke out into a smile. You looked at him, and as he looked back, your heart full of pride. The two of you had a pact. If he had managed to get this medal, then you'd entrust that giant gun you had made recently to him. You had voiced your doubts, but in your heart you knew there was nobody else worthy to wield your masterpiece aside from that smiling, splendid little bastard. You don't answer his message, throwing your communicator aside in irritation, completely forgetting that at the time it wasn't you who locked eyes with him, but Gia. Well, that took a turn. So, number 4, we want to deploy a sniper and deploy 2 people on dream tiles. Wayfinder. The one finding a path forgot the road he walked on, but he still believes the place he stands is his destined endpoint.
Rhodes Island may see for itself the distinguished tactical prowess of Landon Monastery.
Try skill 2 on XC. I forgot to change it. So skill 2 is the stealing ASPD from an allied operator. But giving them a barrier as well.
Relax, leader. I'll make sure your package gets there intact. That's not what you're worried about? Oh, I get it now. Whatever you want to blow up, I'll wipe it off the face of this land.
Why are you leaning against a wall in a weird pose? I thought I was looking at the statue.
You could have heard my joints crack if you came in earlier. I should pay a visit to an artificer to see if I can't get some cushioning for my waist.
I'm not sure the gunite armorsmiths take into account the special needs of the elderly.
Young Arknights need it too. It helps mitigate the recoil from our guns. The nativity is tomorrow. How are preparations at the Shrine of Nursery? Or Nurtury?
The mother is in stable condition, and Duane is taking good care of her. She will give birth to a healthy, beautiful infant tomorrow.
That's convenient. Maybe that was planned? Is that the nativity? Was it planned?
Wishadel and the Kazdelian delegation, the Twin Empresses and the Litania delegation, a delegation from the Aegir Institute of Development Planning, and the Tianchi delegation led by Yin's envoy of ceremonial rites. Tomorrow, all the visitors to the Holy City are invited to the Shrine of Nurtury to witness the birth of a new life. Why did you need me then, if everything is in order?
Our newest cardinal.
Lemuin.
She came to see the matriarch, and I'm wondering, did she happen to pass by as she was investigating the bombings, drop in to take a look, and then propose to provide help to the Shrine of Nurtury on a whim? At first I thought she came back because of the attack on Anduin, but when I saw the look on her face after she saw the matriarch, it is clear that she has suspicions.
I thought I quelled those.
Lemuin possesses a keen edge that few others have, especially when focused on a single matter. There is certainly no better fit for a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. At the same time, there is also no worse fit. More often than not, she relies solely on her own judgment when it comes to where she will focus her attention.
Do we need to be on guard against her?
You make us sound like some evil organization plotting to overthrow Laterano.
Who is to say? For some reason, the future that we usher in will overturn life. as they know it. Our empathy, our kindred and family, even the concept of sancta itself existing, limitations will be cast aside. This should have been the predetermined end of Laterano's path, but the path has gone on for far too long. Some people take the accidents that happened in the process as the norm, and now they can't accept the predetermined end.
That is correct. We should prepare early.
I'll deal with Lemuin. You head back to the Shrine of Nurture and get ready for tomorrow's ceremony. May the Lord's blessing be with the city.
The red-headed Sancta runs through a forest of white and blue like a tiny flame flickering in the rain. That cloud on that comfort bell is almost the size of Croissant's van, and a cradle large enough to hold 2 cargo containers. The clouds hanging upon the comfort bells seem to block out the sunlight, and the hands holding up the cradle reaching towards the clouds. In this place, every living thing appears small and insignificant. What the heck? It feels so empty and quiet, but more than half of these nurseries are occupied. Children, outsiders, even fallen angels. The nurturers are busy. Looks like they've been living here for a while. Didn't they say most of the facilities are empty and will only be open to the public when the ceremony is done? That's not true at all. I have to recover the bombs. I thought I could stop the ceremony by blowing up the venue, but this place is full of people. I think I went through all that effort to slip past the guards. I wish the girls were here. Texas could have knocked out all the guards and dragged them outside, or Croissant could have barged in the rooms and packed up everyone inside. Or I could just get the boss to do a meet and greet opposite the ceremony to draw everyone's attention. Oh, forget it. There's no time. I gotta get to work. I'll take these bombs apart and think of another way.
It'll be easier if you cut the blue wire first.
When did you get back, Elle?
An entirely unremarkable apartment, except for the fact that its roof offers a perfect view of the plaza in front of the Shrine of Nurture. Is that why you chose to hide here, Arturia?
Another happy reunion. And much sooner than I expected.
You did not attempt to conceal your trail. The paper dragonfly was a clear clue. I saw you use much musical arts more than once in Zwillingstrom.
Well, I hate to admit it, but you've learned a whole lot of my secrets, Dede. Wait, did our executor not tell you that I'm his beloved soror, Sister Hildegard?
Huh? You are my distant relative, and that does not impede me from exercising oversight over you. Before I brought you back to Laterano, on the outskirts of Zwillingstrom, I warned you. I will increase my vigilance over you in order to determine the subjective motivations and possible objective consequences of your actions. And I will shoot to kill if I find anything suspicious.
I remember the sunset that day. Though hard-headed he's fun, isn't he, Sister Hildegard? You were always cooperative, Arteria. That's why Leyden Monastery gave you a degree of leeway. You deceived us. I apologize, sister. I hope my impertinence will not be detrimental to you or the Leyden Monastery.
Why did you leave Leyden Monastery without permission, Arturia?
Look at this shrine, Fede. So vast, so full of vitality. It towers into the clouds, surpassing even the eponymous twin towers of Zwillingtherma in Lytania. And this, the grace and authority of Laterano wants, or is this the grace and authority that Laterano wants to build? Look at the haloless outsiders being guided inside. What are the Lateran's plans for them?
What have you found, Arturia?
Do you remember our short stay at Rhodes Island before returning to Laterano? I let a mysterious guest there, who told me that there may come a day when Laterano is no longer a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctas. Fede, Sister Hildegard, look at what lies before you. Do you not suspect that the day has come? What has become of the holy city that we were so proud of? What do you mean? You are ever vigilant, Fede. You must have noticed something now. Otherwise, you would have greeted me with the barrel of your gun. Are those bombs? They look pretty powerful. Sis, you're walking again. Uh-huh. Hooray. Was it you that I saw in Via Jovita, and that almost saw outside the firearms workshop? How did you manage to make so many bombs despite the curious strict control of explosive materials? You're as good at this thing as ever. Nah. Alright, spit it out, Elle. What are you trying to do? Blow up the shrine? Stop the nativity? Or sabotage the whole Summit of Nations? Stay back, sis.
Oh, Lemuin is taller. At least from this angle. Like it. A massive pillar cuts the light and shadow open. Lemuin stops in her tracks, keeping her distance from Exia.
That's a cardinal cassock you're wearing, isn't it? Does it look good on me? Totally, you're so cool. It was a little loose around the waist when I got it the day before my creation. I had to stay up all night fixing it. I wish I wasn't wearing this for a reunion. Did you come back by yourself, or do you have friends with you? You're pumping me for some information now. You're a simple girl after all. You're not in a school, and this isn't a graduation ceremony. You really just decide to liven things up like this on your own. Who's behind you? And why did they put you up to this? Hey, let's try this. Apple pie with mayonnaise. Had a slice, want another. You remembered. When we had a fight that wasn't going anywhere or a secret we didn't want to share, I thought passwords to set things aside. I can feel your emotions, Elle. Agitation, impatience, worry, not even knowing how to explain. But my job is to capture the culprits who are trying to sabotage the Summit of Nations. I'll file a request with the courier to personally handle the follow-up in this case. The Sancta sisters stand off against one another, neither making a single move nor speaking a single word. It is Lemuin who finally breaks the silence with a sigh. In that instant, Exia flies toward her and hugs her tightly. Now that's the reaction I know from an L that's in trouble. I missed you, sis. It's been a while. Have you grown? Of course not. I was almost an adult when I left Laterano. You don't have to talk like you're my mom, sis. Is that what I sound like? Did you tie your hair yourself? It's coming loose. Let me tie it for you. Feel careless as ever. Of course I'm not as good as you at that. What are you doing here anyway? Don't tell me you knew I would show up. Just reviewing the shrine's security measures. I thought it was remarkable enough to see the matriarch praying for a pregnant Sarkaz, and then I ran into you. Matriarch, pregnant Sarkaz praying? Could the nativity be... So you don't know what's in this shrine either? Oh, is it your turn to pump me for information? Who taught you to do that? I didn't turn bad, I promise. The people who are supporting me now, they're a good influence, I promise. I'm not alone, and I'm not being used. There's a lot that's wrong here. But it's hard to explain, I need more time. I'll come home after I'm done with what I have to do. Lemon tries one last knot with the string. Ties one last knot. Then pushes up slightly so the strand of hair on the side of her sister's head will not come loose so easily. The next instant she finds that her arms are empty. I'll leave the disarming of the bombs to you, sis. I mean, your eminence. Lemuin hears the ticking of the bomb countdowns in all directions. She looks in the direction where her sister disappeared, but is in no position to give chase. She never changes, does she?
What blocks the way, I will burn through.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. So much good flowers imbibe. The lady in suit and tie dance with her blade.
Whoever said a wheelchair couldn't get up onto a steel beam?
I got luck. You ran into me. Need speed to succeed.
I'm in position. Target discerned.
Monster, in position.
So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Pass on your last words? No. Moving to designated location. Need speed to succeed.
Alright. Got the objective done. I think I missed what this new enemy does. Heals himself, I guess. Damn, that was the wanted thing. 2400 damage, very nice.
I hear so nothing. Need speed to succeed.
So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn red.
Citizen, if you are here to view the nativity, please queue up at the security check line in the plaza. You've been dawdling here for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for someone.
Oh. There is a large amount of traffic going in and out of the shrine today. We ask for your cooperation and refrain from loitering. The shrine's like a mile away. Look how far away it is. It's several miles, even, maybe.
Sorry. Hell's been in there all day. Plan was to blow up important structural elements in the shrine to prevent the ceremony, whatever it's called, from being held as scheduled. She should have been out by now. Don't tell me she's been caught. But I've been here all this time and there's no movement inside. Elle must have run into some kind of trouble that's holding her up. Come on, Bonnie, think. What can you do? I have 2 small oranginium powdered tubes that I could turn into an improvised bomb. It won't be very powerful, but it should cause enough commotion to distract the guard and allow Elle to. Let's set it here. No one's paying any attention. All I need to do is set it off.
Benini's arm finds the barrel of a gun, preventing it from moving down any further. Don't let that thing go boom, girl. Stand up slowly.
Reverend Gun Knight.
Those tools and all your work at a firearm workshop. I have 10 minutes to explain yourself, girl. What are you up to here, should I say, or who are you trying to cover for?
Let's go, Elle. What about Master Pog? Magister's sleeping. His vision's getting worse. The doctor wants him to get plenty of rest. We shouldn't wake him if we're careful. There's something I need to tell you first, Vonnie. It's so weird when you talk all serious like that. Listen. If you get caught, just give me up to whoever it is. Whether it's the Pontifica Corhor, the Executors, or the Gun Knights, don't worry about me. I came in the middle of the night, kicked your door open, and forced you to make bombs and stand guard for me. You're an innocent little angel who doesn't know anything. But that's my condition for letting you come with me. Just because I'm shy doesn't mean I'm a coward. I know, and I'm glad you decided to help me. The Curia seems to be taking that ceremony very seriously. Who knows what punishment they have in store for somebody trying to bomb it. Besides, Laterano is very different from how I remember it. But... no buts. Or what's about. I can handle this on my own. Besides, Penguin Logistics Company culture says, never share the glory when you can hoard it all for yourself. They say that one? Jake said. I came on my own.
Interesting, girl. Old men like me don't get a lot of chances to talk to the youth. Unfortunately, the ceremony is about to begin. If you don't want to talk, I'll have to hand you over to the executors of the Notarial Hall.
Stop right there, Patrician. I assume this is exit.
Don't think I don't recognize that sanctimonious faith of yours just because you're hiding it behind a hunk of sheet metal.
Oh no, it's Pagini, huh? Oh, my legs. Hog.
What do you mean? There's something going on at the Holy City. Would you care to explain, or do I have to guess from your meaningful glances at one another?
This is not related to our investigation, sister. At this time, I have not determined that you need to know more.
In any case, Alteria, you'll have to come back with us. I don't dislike you, and in fact, I'm rather fond of you, but if your actions will bring harm to the Leyden Monastery, then I'll pull no purchase. May I ask you something, Sister Hildegard? Yes? You love the monastery in Laterano, don't you? Or should I say, how did you establish an emotional connection to Laterano as a Liberi? Well, I've lived at Landon Monastery for a long time. I was brought up by the brothers and sisters there, and we worked together to make bread and beer, doing our best to keep the monastery solvent. I belong here. Of course I love this place. If you're asking why there are so many Liberis in the Holy City, you've read the Saint's Travels, haven't you? Don't tell me you only used it to make your paper dragonfly.
Smile.
According to the Saint's Travels, the first encounter between the Liberi and Laterano began with a herd of burden beasts. Many years ago, a group of Liberi were scattered by a herd of burden beasts while seeking water in the wilderness. The animals carried grain on their backs, forming an orderly procession. As they traveled into the distance, the Liberi spent great effort to hunt the burden beasts. They never imagined that these creatures of the wild could move in such orderly manner, so they followed the beasts. Then the Liberi saw the halo bearers in the field, singing as they guided the herd of burden beasts into the assembly of pearl-white buildings behind them. At the time when the Liberi still lived naked in the wild, seeking water and game, those people had learned to tame wild beasts and build cities safe from the catastrophe. More importantly, the Liberi found that those people had a confidence and optimism that was alien to the Liberi, because of their halos and empathy. From the moment of their birth, they could feel each other's feelings and understand one another. They rarely knew conflict, and they were able to overcome the cries that would destroy any other race. They created the perfect order, naming it the law. I can understand that feeling. Even as the carrier cut off funding to the monastery, even as its buildings fell into disrepair, even as I fretted over the monastery's books, sanctas of land and monastery have never seemed to fear there might come a day when we would have to close our doors. The confidence and optimism let them accept the presence of Liberi nearby, learning from them and becoming part of the whole. Yes, over the ages, the sanctas have almost completely assimilated the holy city's Liberi, other than the halo, which can never be shared. We are too special, able to take in everything, like a concerto with a clear main theme. La Toronto has never been just a warm, cozy cottage. The sanctas, Fede.
After you escaped, you went searching for a missing pregnant woman from a nomadic abbey, but there have been no such recent reports of a missing person in the notarial hall records. Explain yourself, Arturia.
A poor mother has gone missing in Laterano, a little incident that no one has paid any heed. But by chance, I had once touched the note of her heart while playing in the wheat fields, and I discovered where she went.
Do you mean...
Patience, Fede. Wait and see. We've come this far. You don't need me to explain it to you.
Is this the girl you took in?
You'll have to forgive me, Reverend Goodnight, but I don't have the adoption papers on me. What? You can take in Ella Berry, but I can't take in a Sancta? She's a good girl, you know. You are the only Sancta I've ever had a real problem understanding.
That mouth of yours. How long has it been since we last met, Pug?
I forget. Never thought much about it. Didn't think I would need to.
Back on the topic. Your apprentice just attempted to...
On my orders.
Why?
An act of protest. Is that so hard to understand? The carrier shut down over 100 firearm workshops overnight. My livelihood for decades, the shop I counted on for my retirement, all gone in the blink of an eye. When I heard you were throwing some party here, I thought I might force the courier to hear the voice of this humble citizen. And in front of these honored guests. I should have done it myself, but I'm old and my legs and eyes aren't what they used to be. so I had the girl run this errand for me.
I thought you had gone into a different line of work, Pog.
Screw that. Why should I, when you still have that nerve to use that gun I made after your exiled Gia from Laterano? I just gave up being a dedicated supplier for you gun knights.
True.
And how exactly do you plan on dealing with this? We're caught red-handed attempting to bomb the Shrine of Nurtury and sabotage the Navidity. Will you once again escort your friend out of Laterano as a gun knight sworn to protect the sanctity of paradise? One who just happens to be a Liberi as well?
This has nothing to do with you being a Liberi, Pog. If you have indeed violated the law, then I have no choice but to suffer another parting. And yet I see that no harm was actually done, was there? Take your apprentice and go.
Ah, come along, Vani. Grab onto me, I left in a hurry and forgot the new glasses you got me. Ah, there's an older gun knight, okay.
Reverend, the man's story doesn't stand up to scrutiny.
I know.
The appropriate course of action would have to actually take him in for questioning and eliminate any potential risk.
That won't be necessary. Besides, I don't have another fight. I don't need another fight at that old bloke. Interesting that he's got the same halo and wing style as the other gun knights. Is that like a thing? If you become a gun knight, do your wings change? Or, I mean, they presumably based him after the other model, right? But interesting that they just kept the same wings and halo.
This bomb is simple, improvised. The girl obviously made it on the spot, which means that her accomplice is still inside. Reassign an extra team of gun knights and work with the patrols to ensure the shrine's security. Yes, Reverend.
Strange, is she still in the Shrine of Nurtury?
Cardinal Aid Amos.
Reverend Patrician, oh, long time no see.
Long time indeed. What are you all worked up about?
Have you seen Cardinal Lemuin? There's something I wanted to check with her. She hasn't returned to the 7th Tribunal since visiting the Shrine of Nurtury.
If this has something to do with the explosion, I must be kept in the loop.
Yes, Reverend. I bumped into a Sancton via Borges and Pagus Faber to complete the takeover of the firearms workshop. There was a visible reaction from the Cardinal when I mentioned this to her. I checked the appearances of the individual I encountered against the database of registered citizens and found a match in the external personnel files. Must have been out on the scene of the explosion in Pagus Devonis. She has certain ties to the Cardinal.
Oh.
I don't have much time, sister. I must return to the Shrine of Nurtury. Let me confirm, you're not sure if the individual currently under care will die, but you want to make funeral preparations for her? Yes. As she's not in good shape, I will do all that I can as a nurturer. But that will not preclude me from preparing for the worst. This seems so un-Lauteran. What should a Lauteran be like? Now that's a complicated question. Farewell. I hope we will not have cause to meet again. I didn't believe it when they said it, but you really did come back here, Anduin. This Ecclesia Requitem, this field of irises, are they familiar to you? Do you reminiscent over them? There are many Ecclesiae Requitorum in Laterano. As for reminiscing, it would be inappropriate for me to do that about an Ecclesia Requintum in my present position. I forgot. You're a high and mighty nurturer now. Who are you? Was it you who followed me and attacked me in the shrine? Followed, attacked? Who's the ones who's made mad here, Anduin? You or me? If you didn't want us to walk the same path as you, why did you call us Pathfinders? That's what they're called. The sinister shrine that devours. Is it the righteous path that you found, or the one that has led you astray? I do not recall promising to walk the same path as anyone before I met the matriarch. As for the Shrine of Nurtury, it's true that it has guided my path, but sinister. There must be some misunderstanding. Enough, Anduin. Nugas Garis. Don't play the fool with me. Nugas Garis means you're talking nonsense. Thought it'd be more expletive than that. Okay. A dozen of us never came back from the shrine. If the path you found demands our sacrifice, we at least deserve to be told. Or, if you really are shameless enough to deny the connection, at least have the decency to say it to my face. No, I don't understand. You'll have plenty of time to figure it out. Please don't. There are many children I must care for, and that mother. Damn it. It's them. Pull back. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were trying to hand to win with that one. He's proven hard enough to kill so far. I figured it was an acceptable risk. Fiametta, Mustama. You've really made yourself a lot of enemies, haven't you, Anduin? Now I'll go after them while you talk. There's no need. I don't know why they're targeting me, but I can't help but feel they're determined. People like that inevitably have complex pasts and simple motivations. How compassionate. How could you do that? How could you do what you did to your own cohort, then? Why don't you repent before Mostama and Lemuin? Why wouldn't you tell us what the one in the lock and key made you see deep in that dungeon? Why didn't you ever give us an answer? Or more accurately, share the questions with us. We must follow our own paths, Fiametta. Is that why you attacked Lemuin and fled before coming back with that matriarch, hiding in the Shrine of Nurtury under her protection like nothing ever happened? Is this your path? What salvation did you find in the years that you went off the grid? I never found salvation, nor do I feel like nothing ever happened. However, life is short, and if I do not find the answer I seek soon, my sins and your pain will become meaningless. The day after I was released from Landon Monastery, I left Lauderano, believing that I would find something. But the next 5 years were like a blur. All I remember is going from one place to another, alone in many directions without end. I often wonder if something has gone wrong with my memory. And then I found the matriarch. She was headed for the Holy City, though she had been delayed greatly by helping the wounded and needy along the way. She made me believe that the answer lies in Lauderano. She promised me a miracle, and that thousands upon thousands more miracles will be born from us. I return to Laterano to fulfill this promise with her. The chaos! Just shut up. Your blabbering to yourself and makes zero sense. The chaos means silence. Listen here, Anduin. After I kicked you out of that gathering the other day, Patrician spent a long time telling me how important you are. That shrine of yours, the ceremony you're holding are. I've never seen the old man so serious, so I promised him I wouldn't pick a fight with you yet. I didn't save your life because I've forgiven you. You just don't deserve to die before you truly repented for what you did and paid a proper price. The nativity's about to start, isn't it? I'm sorry, I must go. Good morning, honored kindred, returned messengers, emissaries from all across Terra, and guests who have set foot in the holy city for the first time. To the abbeys I greet you. This shrine, with which we now find ourselves, was not built to demonstrate Laterano's power and authority of the Summit of Nations. However, I am glad from the bottom of my heart that it has completed in time for us all to gather here today. Every birthing brings new possibility for the continuation of faith and for the fight against calamity. Only in this way can we shape the future. This is even more true for the Laterano of the future. I bid you now prepare and listen to the heartbeat of new life. Weird.
Leader, don't forget to invite me out for drinks on your tab, okay?
In the evening, you find a large stack of documents in the filing cabinet, hidden away for years, their pages long yellowed. You think back to all those years ago, the first time St. Theodore's comprehensive school invited you to make patron firearms for their students. First semester, comprehensive shooting, course rankings year. First, Fiammetta, second, Lumuen, third, Mastema, fourth, Kalia. Second semester, comprehensive shooting, course rankings. First, Lemuin, second, Fiammetta, third, Mastema, fourth, Alia. First semester, comprehensive shooting, course rankings. First, Fiammetta, second, Lemuin, third, Mastema, fourth, Kalia. Class of blank graduates, patron, firearm, manufacturing list. First, Lemuin, second, Mastema, third, Kalia. You flip through the files one after the other and blurted out to the teacher that the child named Fiammetta wasn't on the list. You were informed she was a Liberi. The regret to cloud the teacher's eyes left you at a loss. You feel frustrated knowing the fact that you never brought that list back to your workshop after perusing it. I was gonna say, is Kalia the one girl with Anduin, but I guess not, because she is a Liberi too. In the depths of the fridge, there is always a carton of your sinful pleasure hidden away. Ice cream. In the early morning, you dig out a big scoop just as you are about to bring it to your beak. There's a knock at the door. You open the door to see Idia, the neighbor's young daughter, holding a thick stack of leaflets. With a resigned sigh, you say, "You know, it's not even 5 in the morning yet, right, kid?" The girl simply bats her eyelashes before letting out a sly smile. But you're a nocturnal library, right? You sigh and take the leaflet. The giant cautionary slogan domineering your view and reminds you to avoid harmful sugar. But you are reminded of the pamphlet stuffing your mailbox, inviting you to take part in neighborhood meetings every week, where discussions on how to expel dessert shops from the neighborhood, no, all of Laurano, takes place. You suddenly realize why this house was so cheap. No ordinary Lauteran could tolerate living next to these insane dentists who wouldn't stop talking about fluoridated toothpastes. Want something to eat before you go to bed, Idia? Thanks, but that's not going to work on me. I won't be tempted by the evil desserts in your fridge. That's not it, Idia. I just thought you still don't fully understand your enemy. You wink as you stuff a carton of ice cream into her hands. Is Lauterano anti-candy now too, or? Sure. Potentially. Candy is for the devil.
Morning to you, Doctor.
One more stage. It's an interlude, and that could take either no time at all or it could take forever. It's very arbitrary. But based on the amount, we might have a fourth day of this section. I thought it was only going to be 3 days. We were doing 3 days for a while, but this one might be a 4-day one. I still don't know. They're doing good at not like revealing too much, in the sense of like, we get that it's like some sort of altered perception of reality, I guess, but I don't know why, how. And I have no inkling either. Like, something happened. Something with this matriarch, I would assume. Other than that, though, thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.